and welcome to today's episode sum up. I created this new entity about ancestral followers. I think this would be the good time to discuss everything that we found out about them, because we are definitely finishing with the Siofra River zone for now. We all know that in the future we will get more of the Eternal City, but I'm not very sure we will get more about the followers, or much more. Of course, I know that there are some places where they appear, and even in their physical bodies, but I think this would be the biggest chunk of information that we got about them. So yeah, let's start with the very beginning, stating that we first see them around Siofra River bank and Ancestral Woods and Worshippers Woods sites of grace. So far we've seen 3 types of these enemies, which are Master Hunters, Warriors and Shamans. We got a weapon drop only from Warriors, which are the Jawbone axes, and Hornbow from the Hunters. Also, we got their Dwelling Arrows, which contain spirits inside, but we still don't get the Shaman weapon or the Scythe weapon that they're holding. So I'm looking forward to it. I hope to get some new information from the description. Of course, I could read it in the wiki, and I kinda did, I'm sorry, but I will not put it in the official sum up. The common information that we know about them as a group, that they disdain metal and letters and use wooden or animal parts weapons like bone axe and hornbow. This is just some generic information, and right after we kinda slide into the questions territory, because we don't know much more facts or statements. Of course, I will list some of the statements that we know. The biggest question, my question about ancestral followers is, from which time frame are they actually? Because there is an evidence that they existed from the very beginning of the Erdtree era. The Fur Raiment description says followers keep distance from Erdtree. Well, so they know what Erdtree is, probably are not connected to it, or if they are, they're connected in some weird way, and we don't know about it. But taking their primordial or primal appearance and their customs and their behavior and all the chanting that they are doing, I would consider they might be much older and part of different civilization. Also, their connection to Crucible and to Budding and all to this older type rituals like chaos, older gods, the gods before Marika, they kinda give vibes of something ancient. So I will keep this question open. Maybe we will find something else. Also, the trees, the gray tree stems that we see in the zone all around, I think this is the exact era the ancestral followers are actually from. I think they're connected. The second biggest question that starts to be even more relevant after we found the ancestor spirit boss is why we are finding followers in their spirit form first. So where are their physical bodies? In the very beginning, when I first met them in my first walkthrough, I thought they are spirits like nature. They're like, I even remembered them not as ancestral followers, but ancestral spirits. I maybe even spelled it in the beginning of this episode. Sorry, the series of episodes. So are they really are there just spirits of some dead followers that lie some there, or they could coexist in the spirit form and the physical form? what is my idea that it's kind of the same for them as for the ancestral spirit boss. So we found the corpse somewhere that looks very, very old, and we kind of could enter the real where spirit of this corpse is present. This is a little bit tricky because we kind of enter the underground area where we could find the actual spirit, and with the followers it's vice versa. So their bodies are lying somewhere, maybe underground, we don't know, but their spirits are present on the ground. I still have this question, like why ancestral spirit boss in the different location of their body. That's an open question to me. I think that I had a different, crazy theory that maybe this ground where we find the ancestral spirit boss is filled with bones and corpses of many small, big animals, and I also was trying to indicate if there are human bones or followers' bones, and it might be, you cannot really tell. I thought it might be the big graveyard and the place of power where all the bodies are located from this ancient time that they are actually from, and they are still guarding the place, guarding the peace, guarding the animals, the holy grounds, and they also are worshipping their gods on the upper ground as a spirits. That was my idea. I don't really know why with the ancestral spirit it was vice versa. Maybe his job is to guard their remains underground, because if you destroy their remains, they might be also disappear in the spirits. This is my crazy theory. I'm sorry for this one. I'm not sure if it's valuable. I will not even put it here because it sounds very crazy, but that's why I enjoy this type of games. You could came up with crazy theories and no one would criticize you for this. Okay, the third interesting part is how they are connected to Crucible, because I think their faith or their worshipping or beliefs are coming actually from this idea of Crucible, and Crucible play a big crucial role in their religion. For now, we only know that they drop budding horns, which are vestige of Crucible, and also further, the Foramen says that the followers are, quote, awaiting new buds. They are certain to sprout from their very flesh and indeed their souls. I think also that this might be the reference to their being able to exist as the physical bodies and the spirit bodies. And it seems like budding and sprouting, which is connected to Crucible, is somehow significant to them. The clarifying horn charm description says, it's believed that the horns of long-lived beasts continue to bud like antlers over and over again until the beast one day becomes an ancestral spirit. So, and if you look at the picture of the ancestral spirit, which the boss I will show you, you could see that his horns are actually budding and again, so you could see it's on top of one another. So this is the ultimate sign of the wisest and best creature. I don't really remember from all 2 or 3 walkthroughs that I did before, I never was into the lore of the Crucible. I never get it, it was hard to me to understand, and I really expect that in this deep walkthrough I will finally get it, and then the connection would be clear. So ancestral spirits, were overgrown many times, and as described in the charm, he actually became the ancestral spirit. So maybe it's their ultimate goal in life as well, to become ancestral spirits, and maybe the followers that we see in the spirit form achieved this goal already. And also small side quest. why are they chanting, or maybe the better thing would ask towards whom are they chanting, whom are they worshipping, because some of them are located on the cliff near the river and they look towards the church-like building with the statue or the figure with the tablet, and which is supposed to be the tomb of the ancient dynasty. So I'm really interested how they're connected to this ancient dynasty and why are they worshipping them. But also some of them are looking towards the eternal city, so maybe some places of worship are also located there, or maybe the lore is deeper. But sadly, we will find out all of this only after we will move forward to eternal city. And as I remember, it wouldn't be very soon, because we have to go all the way through Kylith. I'm not sure. But I believe for the Limgrave part, that's it. So we will close this topic, and I created also the Marika entity because we found the Marika scar seal on the corpse around the Dragonkin soldier. I just want not to forget this fact and maybe find the connection later between them, which I'm sure I will find. But so far we are done with this beautiful part, and yeah guys, see you in the Limgrave.